lot of homeowners want to go solar to lower their energy bills and take control of their power. But the biggest roadblock is the upfront cost. Most people aren't able or aren't comfortable with paying tens of thousands of dollars out of pocket to install solar panels and battery storage. So naturally, the next question becomes, what are my financing options and which one actually makes sense? In this video, we're going to break down one option that's been gaining a lot of attention, a HELOC. What it is, how it works, and why some homeowners are using it to finance solar. HELOC stands for Home Equity Line of Credit. It's a line of credit that's secured by your home, and it lets you borrow against the equity you've built. Equity is just the portion of your home that you actually own, the difference between what your home is worth and what you still owe on your mortgage.
A helpful way to think about it is that your equity is already yours. It is value you have built over time, but it is sitting in the property instead of in your bank account. A HELOC gives you a way to tap into some of that value, use it productively, and then pay it back over time. In that sense, it functions like a second lending layer tied to the home, while leaving your original mortgage untouched. As you repay the HELOC, you are essentially restoring that borrowed portion of the equity. A HELOC works more like a credit card than a traditional loan. You're approved for a certain credit limit, and instead of getting all the money up front, you can borrow what you need when you need it. That money can then be used for things like home improvements, solar, debt consolidation, or other major expenses, and you only pay interest on the amount you actually use. And as you pay down the balance, your available credit actually opens back up, so you can use it again later if you need to. In order to qualify, lenders are going to look at things like how much equity you have in your home, your credit score, your income, and your existing debts. In most cases, you can borrow up to about 80 to 85% of your home equity. One of the biggest misconceptions about a HELOC is that it somehow changes the interest rate on your primary mortgage. A lot of homeowners locked in excellent first mortgage rates years ago, maybe in the 2.5% to 3.5% range, and worried that opening a HELOC will cause that original mortgage to reset to today's higher rates. That is not how it works. A HELOC does not change or disturb the interest rate on your primary mortgage. That loan stays exactly as it is. Let's talk about how a HELOC compares to the other ways people pay for solar. First, there's cash. Obviously, that's the best financially because you're not paying any interest. But most people aren't able to spend $15,000, $20,000, or $30,000 up front. Then you have solar loans. These are very common because they're easy to get approved for and they usually have fixed rates. What often gets missed with solar loans, however, is that the system price and the amount being financed are not always the same. Because unsecured loans carry more risk for the bank, they often offset that risk with large upfront fees that many homeowners do not fully understand. The low monthly payment can look attractive, especially on a long-term loan, but that lower payment often comes at a much higher total cost. For example, a $10,000 system could end up being financed at $13,000 once a $3,000 origination fee is rolled in. That is a 30% fee before you've even made the first payment. And here's the part many people do not think about. If you plan to pay the loan off in 3 to 5 years anyway, but signed up for a 20 or 25-year term just to get the payment lower, you may have paid thousands extra for financing you never truly used. Be very cautious with solar financing or solar lending programs. Always ask what fees are being added to the loan, how much is actually being financed, and what the total repayment looks like if you pay it off early. There's also a misconception that solar loans are safer because they're not tied to your home. But in reality, most of them still place a lien or a filing against your property, which means you still have to deal with it if you sell or refinance your house. Then there are leases or power purchase agreements. Those usually have little to no upfront cost, but you don't actually own the system. Your payments can increase over time, and they can complicate things if you try to sell your home. It's also worth quickly comparing a HELOC to a home equity loan, because people mix these up a lot. A home equity loan is more like a traditional loan. You get a lump sum up front, you have a fixed interest rate, and you make the same payment every month. A HELOC is different because it's flexible. You can draw from it multiple times, pay it down, and use it again. So if you know you need one fixed amount of money, a home equity loan might make sense. But if you want flexibility, that's where a HELOC really stands out. Here's why some homeowners choose to use a HELOC for solar instead of other options. First, lower interest rates. Because the HELOC is secured by your home, rates are typically lower than unsecured options like credit cards or personal loans. Second, lower fees. Compared to solar loans that can have really high dealer fees, HELOCs are usually much more transparent.
Third, flexibility. HELOCs let you use what you need now, and if you decide later to add something like battery storage or an EV charger, you can use the same line of credit again to expand and meet your energy needs. Fourth, potential tax benefits, depending on how the funds are used. The exact rate, borrowing limit, and repayment terms of a HELOC will depend on the lender, your qualifications, and current market conditions. That part is always determined during the application and underwriting process. But generally speaking, HELOCs tend to offer more flexibility and better overall financing terms than many unsecured loan options, especially when someone wants more control over cash flow, repayment timing, and total borrowing costs. Because of its flexibility, a HELOC can also be a smart way to handle more than just the solar project. A lot of homeowners already have different forms of debt in place, whether that is a car payment, student loans, credit cards, or other financing. It is very common to have balances spread across multiple accounts, all with different rates and different monthly payments. One of the advantages of a HELOC is that it can create an opportunity to consolidate those debts into something more manageable. That is one reason HELOCs are so commonly used for home improvement projects like adding solar panels. You are leveraging equity you already have in your home to access a secured loan, which often comes with better rates than unsecured financing. Because the loan is backed by the property, banks are typically able to offer terms that are more cost-effective. For some homeowners, that means they can roll several goals into one plan. They may consolidate higher interest debt, complete a kitchen upgrade, and install solar, all under one financing structure. Instead of juggling multiple payments and interest rates, everything is simplified into one monthly payment that is often easier to manage. In many cases, the overall rate ends up being lower, which can improve cash flow and reduce the total cost of borrowing over time. When used strategically, a HELOC can help a homeowner streamline their finances, free up breathing room each month, and tackle multiple priorities at once. That is one of the biggest reasons people use HELOCs when they want to make improvements, consolidate existing debt, and still keep their monthly finances in a healthier place. Another way to think about a HELOC, especially in relation to solar, is to look at it strictly as a way to fund the solar system itself, without bundling in other home improvements or debt consolidation. Let's say you used a HELOC just for solar and structured it over a longer term, maybe 20 to 30 years. That does not mean the goal is to carry that balance for 20 or 30 years and pay unnecessary interest the whole time. The reason people consider a longer term is usually to keep the monthly payment more comfortable and give themselves flexibility while still having the option to pay it down faster. The bigger idea is this: over time, many homeowners build up equity as their home increases in value. That equity is value you already own, but in many cases, it is just sitting there, unused. A HELOC gives you a way to tap into some of that value and put it to work. So instead of continuing to send money to the utility every month for a bill that never ends and keeps going up, you can use that equity to invest in a solar system that helps reduce or replace most of that power bill. In other words, you are redirecting money you are already used to spending on electricity and putting it towards something you own instead. That is why this can make sense for the right homeowner. You are already paying for power every month either way. The difference is that one path keeps you tied to a utility bill that rises over time, while the other puts that money toward improving your property and building more control over your energy costs. For many homeowners, solar can offset the majority of utility usage across most of the year. That means the monthly money that is used to go toward the utility can instead go toward paying down the solar investment. Done right, it can feel less like adding a brand new expense and more like replacing one monthly obligation with another that actually builds value. That is also why many people see solar funded through a HELOC as an ownership play rather than a payment play. You are using existing equity to invest back into the home, improve the property, and reduce dependence on a utility model where you keep paying forever and never own anything at the end of it. Compared with many solar-specific unsecured loan programs and solar leases, a HELOC can also be a more transparent option. A lot of solar financing programs look appealing because they show a low monthly payment, but what often gets buried are lender fees, dealer fees, or inflated financed amounts that can make the total cost much higher than people realize. That is especially frustrating for homeowners who plan to pay the loan off early because they may still absorb those built-in costs up front. And with solar leases specifically, there is another detail homeowners need to watch closely: escalator rates. Many leases include an annual escalator, which means the monthly lease payment increases over time. At first, the payment might look lower than your current utility bill, which is what makes the offer feel attractive. But if that payment rises every year, the math can change. Over the life of the lease, that monthly solar payment can keep climbing, and in some cases, it may eventually be higher than what your utility costs would have been. That is why you do not want to evaluate a lease based only on the first year payment. You need to understand how the payment changes over the full term, what the escalator is, and what the total cost looks like years down the road. The important distinction is that this is specifically a lease issue. With a lease, you are not buying the system. You are agreeing to a long-term payment structure, and if that payment escalates over time, it can eat away at the savings that made the deal look good in the first place. The main point is this: if you have equity available, a HELOC can be a practical way to use that dormant value to improve your home, reduce a recurring utility expense, and turn dead equity into something productive. For homeowners who are comfortable using leverage wisely, it can be one of the cleanest ways to finance solar without getting trapped in some of the inflated costs that come with many solar loan programs. For someone who wants to be more intentional about how they use financing, a HELOC is often worth a serious look. When comparing HELOC providers, a lot of homeowners start with big national banks. But local credit unions can sometimes be a really good fit for this type of solar financing. The reason is simple. Credit unions are member-owned, and they often serve a specific community or region. Because of that, they may offer more competitive rates, lower fees, and a more personal underwriting process than some larger banks or solar-specific lenders. Another advantage is that a local credit union may already understand your housing market, your local property values, and your broader financial picture if you already bank with them. That can sometimes make the process feel less like you are being pushed through a generic loan machine and more like you are working with someone who understands your unique situation. With a credit union HELOC, you may have a more straightforward conversation. You can ask directly, what is the rate? Is it fixed or variable? Are there closing costs? Are there annual fees? Is there a prepayment penalty? And how long is the draw period? Pro tip: don't just compare other solar financing options against one single HELOC from one bank. Comparing HELOC options from multiple lenders, including both traditional banks and local credit unions, gives you a wider understanding of the options you have available. If you're thinking about using a HELOC for solar, here are some questions you can ask yourself to help decide. Am I trying to minimize my total cost or just my monthly payment? Do I want flexibility for future upgrades? And am I comfortable using my home as collateral? You'll also want to compare lenders carefully because not all HELOCs are built the same. Look at things like fees, rate caps, how high the rate can go over time, and how quickly you can access the funds. And don't just focus on the lowest introductory rate. Make sure you understand the full picture before making a decision. At the end of the day, solar can be a great investment, but how you finance it is what determines whether it actually saves you money or ends up costing you more. A HELOC isn't the right option for everyone, but for homeowners who want more flexibility, more control, and potentially lower overall cost, it's an option that's definitely worth understanding and considering. The key is making sure you choose the option that fits your situation, not just the one with the lowest monthly payment. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing. We cover everything solar, from tech reviews to financing and education, to help you make smarter decisions.